What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, it is time to upgrade Rogue. Yes, we're finally putting a CTP of Judgment on her, and we're putting the Judgment on her because I've been hearing that the Judgment is going to perform as good or better than Rage on Rogue, and that's because of her buffs. Or her, not her buffs, her increase to the, her increase to her buffs. Where is that? It's right here. Increase all buff effects by 20% and duration by 30%. And apparently that chain hit damage on the Judgment can take full advantage of this, and that chain hit is actually going to give her a significant damage boost. Or at least that's what I'm understanding here. Hopefully that's how it turns out. So that's what we're going to be doing, because I actually still have that Rage sitting over on Storm, so that way I can save the crystals and I can leave that on Storm until I find a different character that I want to put that Rage on. But we still need to save this CTP of Greed. I mean, I'm very tempted to just delete it and save 600 crystals, because if we look over here, I still have 3 Greeds. The game just really likes to give me the CTP of Greed, and I don't know who to put it on. I don't know who I want, or who I want to put it on, I guess I should say, because I do know of a few characters that would probably be good with it. But I mean, yeah, let me know in the comments below who you might want to see me test with a CTP of Greed next, or who you think I should put this on, because I am looking for homes for these CTPs of Greed, and I do have this extra Judgment, so that's why that's really good that she actually performs better with Judgment. So that's why that's going to go onto Rogue here. And then other Greed, once I take it off of Storm, like I said, I'll figure out who I want to put that on. Yeah, you know, I shouldn't really be deleting this, because I'm sure Greed has its uses, and I don't know if 4 of them, but I don't know. It's not one of the common ones, so we'll spend the crystals, since it's not one of the really common, CTPs. So now we're going to be putting this Judgment on her, and let's see what kind of damage we can do. I did re-roll this Judgment a few times to try to get higher chain hit damage. We got up to 17%. I believe the max is 20%, so we're pretty close there. The all attack is pretty low, actually. I think we have 35% as the max in all attack. I can't even remember what the maxes were, but I mean, we have the max proc, which is all the other important thing. Chain hit damage in the proc. So now she has a CTP of Judgment on her. So now hopefully we're going to see a big boost in her damage. Besides that, nothing else has changed here. Her stats, they are the same. I still have the same Urus on her. Well, I mean, I can't unlevel up the skills, so all of her skills are still maxed out. We have stage 12, or a fully awakened overdrive on her now for Ice Weight set. The Judgment is there, and then we have her uniform sitting at legendary, working on getting it to mythic, but I need the bios. I don't have any bios for her right now, or X genes. So once we get those, we can get her uniform finished up, but hopefully we're going to see a nice performance buff or bump up here from Judgment. So let's go ahead and hop into some content and see what kind of damage we can do now with Rogue. All right, so first up is going to be Proxima. I believe we tried Proxima stage 70 last time with the Greed, and it just wasn't looking too promising. It looked like she might finish stage 70 like with like the full time used, or maybe it might be timing out towards the last, I don't know, 2 to 5 bars or around that area. So let's see what happens this time. I know this is the same team I used last time. We had Enchantress lead for the debuff lead, and then we had Dazzler for support, because Rogue is of course a mutant type. So let's see what we can do here with Judgment. I'm really hoping to see bars melt, or else I might be a little disappointed that I switched out my my Greed here. All right, so let's do this now. Let's get our stuff going. Oh, okay, there's some damage. Whoa, yes, that is okay. So that is what I wanted to see. Ooh, that is some damage. Rogue, my girl, she is hitting hard. That is like a ridiculous increase in damage based on the Greed. Because as I mentioned earlier, here, stage 70 with the Greed, it looks like it was going to take, I don't know, pretty close to the full 5 minutes. Maybe I'm misspeaking there. Maybe it was better than I remember, but I thought it was going to be pretty close in terms of the time. I know I didn't play it all the way through. Maybe not. Okay, no, I think she actually did better than I remember, because I tested her twice, one at level 70 and then one at tier 3. at tier 3, I think she actually got to this point here around 11 bars, or the phase change with 1 minute into the fight. So 1 minute into the fight versus 15 seconds into the fight. Yeah, that's a pretty big difference. And now, you know, I want to see how she does against the big man here, against Null. But first, we're gonna just go in against Ebony, just see if that bit of judgment damage there can bump up her elemental damage to be enough to overcome the fact that she is physical damage and not energy damage. Did we just go to stage 70? Yeah, let's just go to a stage 70, see what happens here, because I can't remember how she did. I think she actually did okay against Ebony, even though she had physical damage. I really should have looked back at my previous videos. I mean, if you've already watched those, and you probably know better than me, since my memory is like a sieve. I cannot remember details of the last fights. All right, so let's get this going. Oh, never mind. Let's not get the all defense down going. Ebony had other plans, so no all defense down yet. All right, so now we should be getting some all defense down. All right. Oh yeah, we didn't even use the tier 3 skill against ooh, nice, against Proxima there. Yeah, the damage is looking good. So even though she's physical damage, she's still putting in work here against Ebony, so that's really good to see. So overall, I'm pretty happy so far with how this judgment is looking, but this is the main test right here against Null. So if we remember before, when I was trying Rogue against Null with this same team here, we were getting him to get up off of the throne with 2.5 minutes left. So we were like 30, and that's kind of on average. So we're between 30 to 45 seconds slower than what we need to be. So we need to make up 30 to 45 seconds to be able to have a shot at clearing Null. So let's see if we can do that. I have high hopes for this judgment. Hopefully my faith is not misplaced. All right, so Rogue, come on. Let's show him who's boss here. Ah, we still got knocked back. Yeah, we don't have that nice guard break immunity anymore from Greed, so we're going to get knocked back from that attack. That's a little... Ooh, that was a nice burst of damage right there. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. And no, I'm not an owl. Oh my gosh. Look at that damage. That looked good. So far, I'm quite happy with the... I was about to use my tier 3. So far, I am liking the difference in damage between Greed and Judgment. It is pretty substantial. Look at that. That's so nice. We got stunned there, but she was about to take off with that damage. You know, she was winding up. She was ready to punch him to the next planet over. Oh my gosh! Did that in like a minute. That is a huge difference. That was like a minute and 40 seconds quicker, a minute and a half, a minute and 45 seconds quicker than with the Greed. So that is very impressive. See, this is what I was hoping was going to happen when I tier 3'd Rogue, but I tier 3'd her already having Greed on, so after getting her to tier 3, I was only seeing her with the damage with the CTP of Greed, so that's kind of where I was starting to see her damage, and I was a little disappointed with that. It looked okay, so I was like, alright, well maybe she's just not going to be the best in terms of damage, but now that I've got this judgment on her, things are looking up. She is looking quite... Oh yes, I didn't need to use that tier 3 right there, but yeah, she's looking quite nice with the CTP of Judgment on. So thank you guys for suggesting Judgment. I mean, I'm sure Rage we would have seen similar numbers here, but if you guys are correct, then I shouldn't see too much of a difference between the two, which I will take because Judgments are a lot harder to find homes for than Rage. You could definitely be dishing out those Rage CTPs for days, but the Judgment, you know, there's only a handful of characters that you really want to put Judgment on because that's mainly a PvE CTP, and actually quite a few of the elemental dealers are PvP characters and not necessarily PvE. So yeah, look at this. We're just like flying through this. This is awesome. I mean, we are using a full team here. I guess I should say that we do have the 30% physical lead with Elsa, and then we have Valkyrie here, which of course is the best support character against Null because we get that ignore dodge, so we have that playing in. And then also on my Valkyrie, we have a CTP of Insight, so we do have that as well. So this is pretty much the max damage that I'm probably going to be able to do with Rogue until we get a new or a better physical damage leadership that I can throw in here, or maybe just a mutant leadership, something like that. So until that happens, this is probably going to be as fast as I can do this with Rogue. There might be some optimization I can do here with my skills and my skill rotation or something like that. But for the most part, okay, where did our damage go? We're gonna fail here because my damage just disappeared. I'm spamming skills a little too much. So yeah, I need to figure out a little bit better on the timing there. I think I was canceling my skills way too early there because I was just expecting damage. Yay, we finally got a book. Oh my gosh. It's been so long since I've seen one of these books. I swear, ever since Null was released as a playable character, the book rates have gone down. They've like plummeted. Like, I don't understand. I'm having such a hard time getting books to drop ever since Null became a playable character. Before that point, I swear I get books. I'd get at least one book every single day when I needed the books. So I'd always be building up to the 10 books pretty dang quickly. So I was kind of surprised when I saw this huge decrease in the amount of books I was getting, because it took me almost a month to get the 2 universal books that I needed to finish off Null. So I don't know if they really did change the book rates, or if I just had like a really good lucky streak going on for quite a while, and now I'm finally getting either average luck or below average luck. I don't know, but either way, booked rates have been pretty abysmal. But again, this isn't about the books, this is about Rogue here, and Rogue just destroyed Null. I need to figure out maybe a better way to play that last 7 bars, because it looked like that was actually dragging out a little too long, and we might have been close to actually failing because of the insta-kill part. But besides that, her damage is looking pretty dang nice with this CTP of Judgment on. And I know we just fought Null here, but I think I'm still going to do a standalone video of Rogue against Null, because this one is just going to be a video of me showing off Rogue with Judgment here, I guess. Is there any other world bosses that we should take her in against? Take her in against the big man here. Even though she's physical damage, can she take down a stage 70 of Coal Obsidian? Where is she? This is probably pushing it a little too much, isn't it? Because he has obscene physical resistance. Where is she? Oh, we just used her against Null. No duh. That's why I can't use her here. She's been used for today. All right. Well, anyway, that is going to be Rogue. Actually, we can do one more thing while we're here, because I'm just going to have this video being about the CTP of Judgment, not necessarily about the fight against Null. So we can actually go into squad battle here. I have not done my squad battle for this week or whatever. We can do Kitty, you, and who do you get a team up with? Nightcrawler does, right? That's physical attack. All right. Let's go with this and see what kind of score we can put up with Rogue here with Judgment. My Deadpool usually only puts up, and he has a regular damage proc obelisk on, he usually only puts up 1.1 or 1.2 million is usually what he puts up, or even just sometimes 1 million. So nothing too crazy with Deadpool there. So we're going to let this, switch over to Rogue so we can do this a little more efficiently. So we're going to let this autoplay up until Surtur, and then once we get to Surtur, I will be back and we can see what the final score is going to be. Alright, so here we are, we made it up to Surtur. So now we're going to switch it to manual play and see what we can finish with here for our score. Alright, so let's just start off with this, I guess. To grab these. Get that counterattack maybe? Yeah, why not? Alright, so as long as we score over 1.2 million, I will be happy, because then that's better than Deadpool, so I can just start using Rogue here instead of Deadpool. Alright, let's get this tier 3 going. I mean, we're already looking like we're pretty close to getting to the 1 million mark. Yeah, so looking pretty good. Again, I don't play these as good as I could, because I don't really focus too much on avoiding his attacks, so I'm definitely still taking damage, which is reducing my score. So if I wanted to optimize it, then I just want to not take as many hits, and ooh, just barely made it to that in time. Alright, so I got enough for the Orbs of Light, so let's get going here. Oh, no you don't. Whoa. Slam down the lightning. Oh, did the time freeze thing trigger the counterattack? That's interesting. Kind of looked like it did. That iframe. Oh yeah, we could have been using that co-op skill. I forgot about that. Might as well get that little bit of extra damage in. Alright, so yeah, she's definitely doing more damage to Deadpool, which is good. Again, I probably could have played this a bit better, but I don't really focus too much on that since I'm not too fussed about my score in squad battle. As long as I stay in Vibranium, I don't really care how my scores look. Just, you know, as long as I place there so I get the points and the materials. So it looks like we moved up a little bit from that. So we've done 3 of our fights so far. Yeah, so not bad. So 1.4 million, so definitely better than Deadpool. Could probably push that up quite a bit more. I think I used the best team that I could. I probably need to redo my first 2 fights here as well. Maybe I need to build Molecule Man for this, because my Doctor Doom just doesn't do much. Or maybe I should try out Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I just like putting those on autoplay. So that Sentry Clear and the Doctor Doom one are just full auto. So that was them auto fighting what's called Surtur as well. Because normally my Sentry gets to like 2 million. With that team there when I manually play him, so I could manually play that to get a better score. But anyway, this is about Rogue, and Rogue did 1.4, which is respectable and pretty nice, and I can definitely just let her auto play that and probably still get a similar score to what I did there. Probably maybe 1.2, so closer to what Deadpool was scoring if I just let it auto the Surtur fight. So hopefully that gives you some more information about Rogue here. Maybe you'll end up wanting to tier 3 her, put a judgment on her. I don't know, because there's, again, not a ton of characters that can take full advantage of judgment, and it looks like Rogue is going to be one of those. So if you have one laying around, hey, you may want to work on Rogue. But that's going to be it for this video. A little bit longer. Well, yeah, a little bit longer for my videos. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.